YouTube lovelies, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we are going to be doing the perfect palette tag. Yay! I was tagged by one of my Keek sisters who also is here on YouTube, and I thought that it would be a fun video to do. So why not? So I don't want to ramble. I don't want to talk too much. So I think we should just jump right to it. So, number one, best packaging. The palette that I have, that I feel has the best packaging, is Urban Decay's Electric Palette. Love it. I mean, come on. And you guys know that anything Urban Decay puts out is phenomenal. No packaging is one alike. Now, the Naked palettes are kind of similar because they're the same length, but they all have different styles to them to represent the different tones of the eyeshadows in the palettes themselves. So I love this palette, this packaging. You guys know that the Electric palette has all of these bright colors. These are pressed pigments. These are the colors, and the packaging itself reflects exactly that. Like, if you were not the type of person that likes bright colors, you would probably just buy the palette just because of the packaging. Like, this is stupid ridiculous. So I vote this one for best packaging. Love it, love it. Next, number two is best color payoff, and I choose Naked 3. Yes, another Urban Decay palette. I love Urban Decay eyeshadows. I like the colors in this. I mean, we all know Urban Decay's eyeshadows and pigmentation. Stupid ridiculous. So this is Black Heart. This is my favorite color out of this palette. And I'm giving it 3 swipes. 3 swipes. Look at that. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I love this palette. And I hope, oops, sorry, didn't want to show you all my business. I hope that Urban Decay does with this that they've done with a lot of the other palettes, and make some single eyeshadows, add these to the single eyeshadow line, because the colors are awesome, and I would love some of the colors for my kit. So yes, I choose Naked 3 for best color payoff. Next, we have number 3, which is most versatile. And for me, the most versatile palette is the Narisisst palette. Now, I know you're probably wondering, how can this be a very versatile palette? Well, when doing makeup, you have to be creative and you have to be innovative. And sometimes with certain palettes, you can do more than with other palettes. Just like I learned by watching a YouTube video last night, and I know, call me crazy as a makeup artist, you would thought I knew this, but I saw somebody use pigments as a highlight. I never thought to use pigment as a highlight. I know, don't jump through the computer and snap me, but I really never thought it. I thought, you know, you have to just go ahead and get actual highlighters but as a makeup artist, you're learning something new every day. So being more versatile, you can take this thing and make it versatile, make it do what it do, make you use it what you need it to use it for. Now, the reason why I chose the Narisisst palette as most versatile, I'm going to tell you why. One time, I took this palette with me to do my makeup. First off, you have a wide variety of colors because you have neutrals, mid-tones, and then you have dark, so you can do neutral colors, mid-tone looks, smoky eyes, the whole nine. But I forgot to bring my blush. So I took these two colors right here, and I mixed them together, and I put it on my face as blush. And I'm sure you can do that with any palette, but it just depends on the actual color. But it actually, for me, I never did it with any other palette, but I did it this time with a palette. I was like, now, let me tell you, those two colors, you can see my door. Those two colors, I use as a blush combo all the time. So in addition to being more versatile as far as the amount of looks you can make, what you can do with it, you can also use some of the colors for blush. You can use, there's a couple of colors you can use for highlight as well. So yes, I choose Narisisst palette as most versatile. Next, we have best for travel. Now, when you're traveling and you're packing makeup, me, for personal use, I try to travel as light as possible because you got to be careful, you know, on the plane. You know, makeup can break, you know, a lot of things can happen. So, generally, when it comes to taking eyeshadow palettes, the palette that I tend to grab for the most is the LORAC Pro palette. I honestly, besides it being one of my favorite palettes, this is perfect for traveling. Number one, because you've got every kind of color that you need in here. You can create nighttime or daytime and nighttime looks, you know, if you're going out, wherever you're going. It's just the perfect palette. And you have 16 colors. So you don't have to bring a highlight color, a separate highlight color, or certain other colors to create looks. Every color you need is in this palette. So you can create your looks right from this palette. I mean, come on. You got all your matte colors at the top, and you got your shimmers. You got your transitional colors, you got your highlighting colors, you got your smoked colors, you got your bridge colors, and whatever other colors you want to make. Smoky eyes, whatever. And the packaging is very lightweight. So while you're traveling, your product will tend to get less likely to be damaged, I should say. So I always take this one when I go traveling. Always. Next palette is Biggest Regret. Believe it or not, a lot of times I go out and buy products based on when I see reviews of some of my favorite YouTube gurus. I tend to wait till after they've gotten the palette and they've reviewed it. So I bought this palette, and based on the, obviously again, and I was like, yeah, and I was hyped, and I used it, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And Anastasia Lavish palette. I hate this palette. I really hate this palette. Like, the colors are so pretty, and the thing that made me upset was the one person that I saw when I bought it. She did a tutorial using it, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do more tutorials using it because I love this palette." I was like, "Okay, when this palette comes out, I gotta get it." So I was still working at Sephora at the time. Me and my coworkers were hyped I got this thing home. I was like, what? And I started using it. I was like, what? I don't know. I mean, the colors are so pretty, but, and it's not, the pigmentation is not that bad, but they don't last. They don't last. And I'm so disappointed, so disappointed. Now, every now and then I might pull it out to use these two colors, which is Orange Soda and Sienna. But other than that, I really, really don't use this palette at all. Like, at all. At all. No. At all. Next palette. So the next palette would be best color names. So for me, it's Sugarpill Cold Chemistry palette. I love Sugarpill, not just for the quality of their shadows, but for the amazing names that they always give for their shadows. Now, this particular palette, when it came out, I wanted all of the eyeshadows. So rather than buy each one in a single pot, I just said, let me go ahead and just get the palette, because you save about $6 if you buy it in palette form. So here are all the colors, and it does have a mirror. But look at these names. Soot and Stars. By the way, this is one of my favorite colors to use for smoky eye. Diamond Eyes. Love this color for inner tear duct and just like maybe a lid color, put a little zizz on the eyes. Love this color, and I plan on buying these two in a single pot form for my makeup kit. This is called Elemental Chaos. Ooh. And Subterranean. Love those names. So freaking cool. But I love Sugarpill, so I think these have the best names in them. It's Cold Chemistry palette. And the palette name itself, Cold Chemistry. Next palette, least used. That would be my Smashbox Full Exposure palette. I like this palette a lot. I got this palette from Sephora when I was working for Sephora. We got this in gratis. So this is a $49 palette, and yes, I was able to get it free. I had no idea, and I was so amazed that we actually got this in gratis. So I was like, oh, okay, because I would probably have never bought it. But I used it a couple times, and when I tell you I love this palette, I love this palette. I love this palette. Oh my goodness, sorry. I actually love it. I actually love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But I don't use it. Because I'm always, oop, and I dropped the brush that comes in here. And I'm always using my Naked 2 on my LORAC Pro. And I really need to pull this palette out more because the colors in here are awesome. You got 7 matte colors and 7 shimmer colors. And you can create any kind of look. And this is another palette, you know, where you only need to use the colors from this palette. Transitional colors, highlight colors. I mean, packaging is not feasible for travel or whatever, but this is another alternative. So, yeah. And lastly would be my most used. And that would be my Naked 2 and my LORAC Pro palette. So even though I said LORAC Pro is what I mainly use when I travel, I also use this palette all the time as well. It's either this one or this one. I rotate the two. So these palettes are my staples. They're my go-tos. When I don't feel like thinking about what to do, I just reach for one of these two palettes and just go for it. And then that's it. So yeah, that's it, guys. That is my perfect palette tag. And I'm tagging all of you in this video. because I want to see what your favorite or least favorite or whatever types of palettes you have. I want to see yours. So I will talk to you later, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.